1.3 business objectives. So this triangle over here is the business objectives models. It's a pyramid of business objectives. So at the base of your pyramid, you have your tactics, okay? Then as you move up, you move on to your strategies, then your missions, and then your visions. So as you can see for the pyramid, the further up you go the pyramid, the more broader the specificity of your objectives get. But as you get to the bottom, the more closer to the base, the more specific and more very targeted your objectives get. On the other hand, as you go up the pyramid, okay, to the top, it becomes a lot more long term and okay. And as you go bottom to the base of the pyramid, your objectives to become a lot more short term. So we're going to start at the top for vision statements. So basically a company's vision statement is their aspirations for their future. So this is very long term, very broad, and usually is very unrealistic. Then we move on to the mission statements. Mission statement is a declaration of an organization's core values and their purpose of existence. This is from long term to medium term, but mostly long term, okay? And it's a little broad, but has some realistic characteristics in it. So then as you move further down, you have your strategies, okay? Your strategies are just your plans of actions to achieve your overall objectives, okay? And this is very medium to long term, more on the medium side, and it's also a lot more specific and targeted toward the business. So then you finally end up at your tactics. These are just your methods used to enact your strategies. This is a very short term, okay, and they're very specific. Alright? So now common business objectives are one of these four. Number 1 is growth, number 2 is profit, number 3 is protecting shareholder value, number 4 is ethical objectives. Now when it comes to ethical objectives over here, businesses want ethical objectives in order to improve their customer loyalty, since they improve brand image, okay? But this does come at negatives due to lots of compliance costs, okay? And they also decrease their profits due to the compliance costs. Now, big criticism that business objectives generally have is that firstly they're too vague. So when it comes to your vision statements, these are very vague and hard to, and very unrealistic most of the time, so it's hard to try to achieve them, which can be demotivating. Another criticism is that vision statements and mission statements can be sometimes based on companies' public relations and their public image. So it could be something that they don't truly believe, but they just want the target audience to believe that's what their company thinks. A third one is unquantifiable, okay? Basically, these are all qualitative results, and it's unquantifiable to try and get data. And fourth, it's very long term, so that means it'll take lots of time to measure, and yeah. Okay, so a part of a business's objectives is something you call a corporate social responsibility. So your corporate social responsibility is basically a business's consideration towards ethical and environmental business activities. So this can be like using sustainable materials and products, or it can be like changing, improving wages of your factory workers to make it more ethical. These are examples of corporate social responsibility, or otherwise known as CSR. Now, advantages for a CSR is that firstly it brings a lot of brand image to your, it brings you lots of brand image. So basically, as your business does more ethical environmental activities, that improves your brand image, which therefore improves your customer loyalty. Secondly, advantage is that it has lots of promotion towards your business. So a CSR can act as a very good marketing campaign, as it brings lots of attention, positive attention towards your business. Third is motivation. CSR will allow to motivate employees and managers to work harder, as they know that they're supporting a good cause. This will increase efficiency and productivity. Now your disadvantages. So obviously, CSR comes with high compliance costs because business activities need to be changed in order to meet environmental and ethical standards. So if we go back to the sustainable materials example, sustainable materials are usually a lot more expensive than normal materials. Second one is shareholder conflict. Not all of your shareholders in a business would want to be environmental or ethical. So obviously your shareholders, they would want to maximize their profits, whereas managers may want to improve the business's image. Okay, so shareholders would not want that extra cost, and it brings lots of conflicts like stakeholder conflict. Business objectives, they can change a lot, and there are many different reasons why a business objective can change. So there's internal factors and there's external factors. So now let's start with the internal. First internal factor is corporate culture. So one business could have a corporate culture of creativity and mindset, which allows them to go into more flexible and creative objectives. Secondly, the type and size of your organization also might affect your business objectives. Okay. Thirdly, public versus private sector. Depending what sector you're in, it also affects what your business's organizations are. So like public sector businesses usually want to provide a service, whereas private usually want to earn a profit. Fourth, the age of your business also is a large factor that affects your business objectives, as new businesses may just want to survive as their objective, and large businesses may want to retain their market share. Now, for the fifth one, finance. The finance of your business also affects your business objectives. If you don't have a large sum of money, okay, then maybe it's unrealistic to have an objective to move into an overseas market. Sixth, your risk profile. The manager's risk profile allows them to go into more risky objectives like diversification. Seventh, crisis management. Crises like absentee of workers and unmotivated and cash liquidity problems can all affect your business objectives. Now you have the external factors. So your state of your economy also is a very big external factor that affects your business objectives. So if your economy is booming in your country, then businesses will want to have an objective of large growth. Where if you're in a recession in your country, businesses usually will have an objective of survival. So now government constraints, okay? Governments can also put constraints on businesses' objectives, okay? So basically, when it comes to environmental law firms, there's profit maximization to lead a way to maintain their objectives are very social. Now, third, pressure groups largely affect the business objectives as they, in the name, pressure the businesses into going into one specific social act. Now, new technologies also affect the business objectives, as if there is lots of new technology going on, businesses can choose to implement that and apply that into their own business. Thank you.